And hello to all my Capricorn friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for February 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. It is a large spread. It looks a little bit in the past, a little bit in the future. Really good for right now, so it's great for general readings. That is also the only spread that I do that focuses a card, an entire card on the environment, the people around you, the places around you, the situation that's going on. So very, very deep, involved spread. We're going to also conclude your reading at the end. They want me to do an angel protection spread for you. They're going to do this in the category of one card, just a little extra oomph, a little push for my Capricorns in the right direction. So we're going to get right into it right now. No more talk. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. Now I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great February. And there we go, we are on. What I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. I like to do this live and on camera every single time. Cutting the deck into 3 different pieces, putting it back together in a separate order, and then they're ready to run. There we go, do that with both decks. So here we go with the Celtic Cross. Now the Celtic Cross does get a little tall, so I will probably have to move the camera around so you can see better, but I will get it all in view. So this is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something that you're aware of. This is what's below you, something you're not. Like that. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that camera for you guys. And then we go, there's your main cross at least. Now we go running up the sides with 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here is, well, down here, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. There's going up the sides there. This is your main cross. Now let's check the inverts. I think the distribution's pretty good. We can probably run this like it is, and it is. I do need to get a couple angel cards here for my major themes. Okay. Camera's giving me issues today. Get one here at the start. At the bottom, you guys actually got a lot of majors, so it's going to be a lot of angel cards. And running up the sides is good the way it is, so that's what we're looking at, guys. Okay, Capricorn, let's do it. No time like showtime. Here we go. Make some room for myself, spread it out so I can see very clearly what we're looking at here. Okay, Capricorn, they start with the card that is, it's the Nine of Pentacles. It's coming in inverted for me, so this means a couple different things. The first one it can mean is a very, very big disconnect between spirit world and physical world. So it's almost like you need to get back into spirituality more. You need to get deeper connected. You know, your chakras are maybe hung up type thing. All that is going on. It could also mean like a much more literal, like physical world definition of this card is if you just made a huge if you sold something, like usually pretty large, like if you just sold a house or sold a car, it's a large anti-purchase, which is basically a selling something. Now, it could also mean that you need to sell something too. You know, maybe you've been hanging on to something for too long, or maybe you're waiting for the right time to sell your house, to sell your car, anything else that, you know, you just need to get rid of and sell. Very, very prevalent. If this is you here, they're talking about that coming in very, very strongly here for February. Just something to keep in mind. But I go back to the main definition for most of you. This is just a need to connect deeper spiritually here in the month of February. There is a little bit of, you know, maybe the alignment of the planets, the astrology stuff is just lined up a little weird right now for Capricorn. And it's throwing things off kilter a little bit, and you guys might feel that or experience that in the month of February. Now let's move on to the next card. I have the Tower card. This is what crosses you. So this is what's going on right now or very, very soon in the month of February. This is not past or present or future. This is present stuff. And the Tower represents a very, very fast change coming in. Very a lot of readers view this as a negative thing. I don't necessarily do that. I just mostly view the Tower as that sudden collapse. And sometimes sudden collapses are good, even if they don't feel like they are right away. It basically gives you a chance to create something brand new, or to do something over, or to do it better, build something back better than it was before. So that's what's coming in right now. So it is very much breakup, sudden change, boom, 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 energy coming in right now. Now let's see kind of where to go with that. The recent past, they're talking about the moon card. So a lot of my Capricorns have been through some fluff lately. That's what they're showing. A lot of you have gone through some adversity, some trying times, some weird times too. Kind of mysterious. The moon card is weird, mysterious, foggy, like you don't have all the facts or you can't see things clearly. That's what they show the recent past has been for a lot of my Capricorns. They do say to breathe. They show that what's going on here is that you're releasing old patterns. You're kind of cleansing yourself as you move into this future direction. And also just a reminder to breathe in the present too. Basically relax. Things are going to be okay. Don't stress over unnecessary things. And it probably doesn't feel unnecessary. Some of you have probably gone through some really tough things here. But regardless of that, here you are. You've made it. Things are moving in a good direction. Let me move into the forward position card right now. No better time to do that. And then we're going to get into your moon cycles, because that's actually the card that they gave me here for your future position. They gave me moon cycles. As we move into the future here, for my Capricorns, this is near future stuff. So this is February going into like March, maybe even April. They show good credit here. So this could mean the very literal definition of that, which is just, good credit, good money, good finances, good return on investment. But this is also the energetic definition of the card, which is energy return on investment. So putting your energy into people, places, things, work, whatever it is for you, and getting it back, getting it reciprocated. It's what we want to see. It's great stuff. Good credit coming in there. Also a good time to spend money here. If we're using the literal definition, it's an indicator that money can be spent very well. Now, just you kind of want to watch what you're putting it into, because you want it to, good credit is a good kickback on investment. So you want a good return, something that is going to either make you more money down the road, basically not like spending and losing it so much. I feel like they're kind of giving me kind of a little bit of a push there, and they're saying, don't tie that down so tight for them. It's almost like they want you to have the freedom to move money around a little bit, even if it's not that super good return on investment. I usually give people the advice, this is like good buying a house, not so much buying a car, because a car depreciates. A house usually is worth more. But they're telling me here to not tell you that. So I recede from that statement a little bit. I retract it to a point. And, they want you to open up the money here a little bit, because it moves into a better direction here. February, March, April. The moon cycles, that's going to affect all this. So let me get into that right now. Your moon cycles, I give you guys the forecast for those every single month, just so you know what's coming and you know what to expect. We have the new moon coming in on February 1. The 1st of February is the new moon. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. If it's something you're bringing in, you want to bring it in with the new moon. That happens at the beginning of the month. That happens at the end of the month. We get March new moon eking in at the end of February. So basically, anything you want to bring new into your life, whether it's new health, starting new diets, new exercise programs, whether it's bringing in new love or getting new work, expanding your business or your job, anything that's new. Very, very well placed at the beginning or end of February. Adversely to that, we have the full moon energy. That's the middle of the month on February 16th. When that comes in, that's when you want to get stuff out of your life. Push it all out that you don't want anymore. Could be people. For some of you, it's people. It could also be stuff. We did talk about selling stuff at the very, very first card. Okay, so that is much better placed middle of the month. Doesn't have to be on the 16th. Anywhere in the middle is just fine. So this can give you target times to work on this, to when it's beneficial to you. Let's say you have some, something collectible that's worth a good amount of money and you've been wanting to sell it. Well, when am I going to sell it? They're telling you here February is a good time to sell something major. We start there, and then if you line that up with the moon cycle, the middle of the month is the best time to do that. So I wouldn't go about listing it right now per se, but as we get more toward the middle of the month, a couple weeks in here, perfect time to do that. It lines up with the moon cycle. You'll probably get the most amount of money that you would get for selling this, doing it then, versus the beginning or the end of the month. So that's really how you line up the moon cycles, figure out if it's coming in or it's going out of your life, and line it up accordingly. So what else does that apply to besides that? Well, I haven't gone over the above and below yet, so I should probably do that. So let's do that right now. Anyway, there are your moon cycles. As I get into the above position in the Celtic cross, this is something that you're aware of. They're showing the Hanged Man card here, so this is letting you know, basically telling you that you already are aware that things have been a little hung up here. This is not the extreme version of the Hanged Man card. This is not like so hung up that it doesn't move at all, but it could certainly feel like, you want things to get moving here. Things have just been a little too stagnant for your liking. That's what they show. And Spirit wants me to remind you that everything is the way it's supposed to be right now. I have the Divine Order card coming in for my Angel Oracle card. That's basically saying, look past the illusion, see the underlying parts here. Look at the gears. Look at how they're turning behind the scenes. Look at the direction of where this is going. And it's hard to see that when we're in the moment. Usually, hindsight's 20/20. It's really easy to see, looking back, why things happened the way they did. But when you're in the moment, it's really hard to. So that's what they're showing. So be a little patient there. As we move into the below position, now I'm telling you something that you're not aware of or that Spirit really wants to bring to your attention. For a lot of you, this is transportation related. I have the Chariot card coming in here. For most people, this is a car. That's how most people get around transportation-wise. But, if you drive a motorcycle or a moped or a scooter or any of these other things, it could definitely be that too. It's coming in upside down. So I want you to be a little cautious while you're getting around transportation-wise. Just for the month of February, just be a little cautious because it's coming in that way. Also, if there's any kind of repairs or anything that needs to be done that you've been neglecting, let's say you need to get new tires for the car, it would be a good time to address this here in February. The angel card I have here is claircognizance. It's basically saying pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you. They're answered prayers. So they're basically saying that they are assisting you here, and that when the thought occurs to you like, oh, well, this is what this means for my car, or hey, maybe I should do this to the car, or maybe I'm due for new brakes soon. These are the little thought bubbles or the little spark of divination light bulb effects that they're giving you. So you trigger a thought, and hopefully you avoid anything, negative that would come out of this. So very good stuff to see there. It's kind of like a little warning, So hopefully the bad stuff, we never even get to it. As we move up your sides here, let's go with number 7. 7 is your advice column. This is talking about dealing with heartbreak. This reminds me very, very much of anything that you conquer in life or that you master. The mastery curve to begin with is little increments. It's little by little. Nobody masters everything like that, like a peak, like all at once. It's just like boom, and then you're there. It's step by step, and it's actually like you got to go backwards a little bit before you have a big breakthrough. So it's like 1 step back, 2 steps up, and then that's the mastery curve. And eventually you get to the top and you master whatever it is. Now this is very much a mental kind of a pull. That it is slightly emotional because it is my heartbreak card, but it is a sword, and swords are always mental, cerebral, and sometimes even illusionary. Some of you may be worrying about things that aren't even necessarily real. But as I get into talking about the advice for this, when you master something, you never, let's say you're mastering, a fear of rejection, for example. The fear of rejection never goes away, and fill in whatever gap this is for you. I'm using probably the wrong word for most people, but I'm just giving you an example of this energy. The fear of rejection here would never go away completely. You're always going to feel it. So the trick is not trying to get to a point where you make it go away, because it won't. If you're just trying to eliminate rejection from your life, it's never going to happen. So the key and the trick here, what to do, is to learn that when it comes in, that you just react differently to it. You don't let it control you. You feel that slight level of what would be rejection or the emotional state, and you don't let it control you, and you act positively anyway. That's the trick to the whole thing. So there's your advice for whatever specific thing they're talking about for you. And for, like I said, most of you, it is very mental. This is very much a mental thing, more than it is physical or anything else. I continue to have swords as I move up, guys, so this is just kind of pushing this along in the correct direction. As we move into number 8, this is your environment, your external influence. They show really tough time deciding between two things. They say that you're not seeing things very clearly. That can go back to the moon. It's basically the same kind of energy coming into your February here. So your environment around you isn't really help right now. It's not really helping. So I would kind of go more internal here instead of external. More meditation type stuff, more relying on your own gut, your own intuition, more so than other people's advice. Definitely in that regard. Things are going to be okay either way. Some of you are actually here deciding between two major paths. That's what they show. And Spirit also shows that either way this is going to be okay, so they don't want you to worry about it so much. And of course, we are going to worry to a certain extent regardless, but at least when that comes in and they're letting you know, hey, you don't really need to concern yourself that much with this. It's going to be okay either way you choose here. As we continue to move up here, number 9 is your hopes and fears. They show rest, relaxation, and peace. Obviously, that's a hope. It could be a fear for some of you. Maybe some of you have kind of a self-deprecating thing where that you're too afraid that of your own success. Maybe you're too afraid of what life would be like if you got this straightened out. That's going to be a lesser definition, but I at least have to bring it up in a general reading. Good time to remind you guys, this is a general reading. We do have a lot of Capricorns tuning in. If you're looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. But for most of you, this is a hope. You want to get to a place of just peace, relaxation. It's my card that kind of represents that hammock on the beach vibe, that very, very comfy relaxation, drink in your hand, just greatly at peace. That is where the hope is. And there's nothing wrong with good hopes. It gives you a direction. And just remember that if that's what you're going for, to go for it. Aim for it. It gives you a purpose. It gives you a reason to wake up, to work toward that goal, and so forth. As we get into number 10, this is your final outcome. For some of you, this is going to be a less definition, just to give you the disclaimer ahead of time. I'm going to give you both definitions of this card. This is the Three of Wands. One of these definitions represents a long-distance move. Probably not going to be for most of you, but I have to throw it out there. Long-distance move does come up for February very strongly. Now, the other definition, also very strong for most of my Capricorns, this is going to be moving into a different chapter of your life. It's just like if you look at your life like a book, you're moving into a new chapter here in February. And they're letting me know that a lot of you are already here. It's not even so much about waiting for the next chapter for it to come in or anything like that. It's showing that most of you are already in it. And it's probably going to be a busy chapter. In this deck that they gave me to use for you guys, this card is represented by 4 crows. It's interesting that 4 come in a card that's 3. But this is these crows are kind of being very chatty and going around each other here, and kind of a lot of talk, a lot of stuff moving around, and it really indicates a busy chapter. And that can be a good thing. Staying busy is good as long as you go back to the card before and find that peace, find that relaxation, and so forth, because it's very important in life that we hit the reset button, that we recharge our batteries, and that way we can attack the next day without being depleted and depending on coffee and caffeine and all these things that we do to ourselves. So okay, there is your Celtic cross. Let me get an angel card. I did promise you guys an angel oracle divination card. Oh, very interesting. This is something that really hasn't shown up in your reading here at all. So this is why they wanted me to bring this up. I have career transition. So this is for some of my Capricorns that are considering a career change, something different in work. Could even be starting a business or expanding a business, or really anything in your work corner at all. For some of you, your work corner is even learning something new, or college, or working on retirement stuff. All that kind of stuff exists in the work corner. They bring up career transition because a lot of you are changing drastically what you do for work, or at least in your mind you're considering what you want to change, and it's based on what you feel like your purpose is. For a lot of you, just the job that you were working before was either just it didn't do it for you, or you're looking for more, or something like that. They're letting you know, for the Capricorns that are being hit and being affected by this right here, February, great time to go after this change. to go back to college or to, take those nursing classes or whatever it is for you. And following those moon cycles makes it easier. Beginning of February or the end of February, much more time to do that if it's brand new into your life. So there is that. I want to thank you so much for joining. I do these videos every single month, so please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. Remember to sign up for the newsletter. It's at the very bottom of my website. That'll get you guys promo codes to save you money on readings. I send one email every month for the updates. It's very simple. Bottom of the website, scottsagent.com. Also, like the Facebook page. The links are in the description here. I give away readings every single month on Facebook, so no brainer there. Make sure you like that. Sign up for the newsletter. I will see you guys soon. Take care and have a great February.